Right, so I'm going to make this real short video if I can, really, and it's slightly different, and it's basically about my top altcoin and a bit of a strategy that I've got going on with it. Okay, so you all know me for making, doing TA on videos and making calls, and some of them pretty good. The occasional one not so good, but generally speaking, TA kind of works, and that's why I do it, and that's why I assume you watch the channel. So one thing that I used to do when I used to trade stocks, commodities, and a bit of forex and things like that before I got into cryptocurrency, and that's one of the reasons I'm able to read charts so well. I've got a history in this. It's like, I'm that way inclined, I suppose. I like all this kind of geeky stuff, and I like a strategy and a process and a plan. That's just in my nature. But when I used to trade stocks, it was really tedious, because you have to take yourself away from all these wiggly lines and working out the ratio of success with the squiggly lines, which is basically all TA is. It's you're trying to limit your losses and maximize your profits based on a percentage of, is it going to go up or not. It's like playing a game of poker. It's exactly like playing a game of poker. You've got to work out if you've got the upper hand or not, and if you've got the upper hand, then you go in. You go all in on sometimes. Anyway, I deviate from the point. When I traded stocks, I had to take myself away from this, because the charts, obviously you can read them and you can trade them, but then something could happen, which is completely separated from the chart, on a fundamental basis, which could make it go up or down, and the best way to trade stocks is through fundamentals, working out if there's intrinsic value about to accumulate, is there something that's going to happen, do you see value in this in the future? If so, allocate yourself a position now, and if you're right, then good on you, and if you're not, then unlucky. But that's the best way to do stocks and shares. It's also the best way in many ways to do cryptocurrency for altcoins. There's some guys on my Telegram chat that is their main priority, that's their focus, and the calls that they make are extremely, amazingly profitable, that it blows my mind, because they'll say, what do you think of this, and they'll show me a chart and it's like a couple of months old, and I'm like, I don't know, it's only 2 months old, I can't tell you anything. But they can tell you an amazing amount of things about it, but it's all a different language, to me, because I trade on the basis of TA. So when it comes to Ocean Protocol, my understanding of it is that the where it's going, the potential that it has to access a multi-trillion-dollar industry of privacy data access through AI, selling data, yours, my data, business data, anything. That's massive. Data is the most valuable thing on planet Earth. It's the most. We're in an age of data. Data harvesting is it is the most profitable thing around. But then with that, it has become a problem, because just because somebody's got data on me, I don't see any benefit of that. They're selling information on me. Google's got information on me. Amazon's got information on me. Facebook's got information on me. Everyone's got information on me. The NHS, my government, they've all got information on me. But there should be rules against that kind of thing, and to keep that data secure and private, but that data could be used for the bad or for the good. So Ocean Protocol is going to take care of all this, right? So they can filter all this private data, they can sell it to somebody without it actually damaging my integrity. The data can be harvested, sent through to an AI. It can be looked at and managed without them actually knowing that it's me. That's one of the many things that they do. The reason I'm bringing it up is because fundamentally this technology is well overdue. It's well overdue, and it's already been adopted to a small extent. From what I understand, Germany has taken it by the horns and implemented it in their government and into their bank, Deutsche Bank, from what I understand. So there's a little telltale signs that it's not just a dream, that it is becoming reality, and it's been put into practice. So on the fundamental basis alone, it sounds to me like something that I could really get into that, and I believe that there is a massive industry in that, and from what I understand, there's no real competitors for that in the cryptocurrency space, and I think that this is a big part of our future. So I'm filtering my profits through into that, and what I'm showing you here is the very smallest little piece of chart. The oldest chart we've got access to is on TradingView over here with Bittrex, and you can see that this is against Tether, and it traded down at, what was that, a cent not all that long ago, back last year, and it was kind of doing its thing, and then it came onto Binance, and then it's launched, and now it's come back down to the Bollinger Band and it's bouncing, and I think it's likely to come back down to that Bollinger Band again here. We're looking at it on the weekly here, so we're talking, we could be seeing areas definitely in the 40 cents. That's what I can see here. As far as this is concerned, this is still very bullish. This is bullish. This crossback here is bullish, and it's all looking relatively bullish. Now you could argue that this is going to fall back down again, that this was FOMO'd in because it came onto Binance, and that's generally what happens. But then, to me, I'm not even that bothered. In fact, I'd quite like it to come down a little bit more, because I'm going to be accumulating this for the best part of, for the rest of this year into next year. This is the one. This one has the potential to really make a massive impact, not just on a chart, but for our actual day-to-day lives. So we'll look at this on two ways. We can look at it here, which is against the BTC pairing, and it's looking reasonably bearish in the short term, isn't it? I mean, there's no question about that. Do we have any kind of? Yeah, we do. We've got some form of downwards trending resistance zone there, so we need to really break above this area here, 3,477 sats. If that was today, this is going down and down and down every day. Now the good thing is, if we look at the Ichimoku cloud, we're crossing green, and what we're looking to do now is to make a move to the up. It's going to take a bit more of a move at this point. We're going to have to break above all of these areas, even this resistance zone, to see some decent moves. So I'm not looking for any moves at the moment. The chart doesn't want to make those moves. The chart is telling us that there's no moves to be made right now, not until we break out of this zone here. So we've really got to push ourselves up against Bitcoin by at least 23% to see some decent moves on this one, and that's fine. This is bearish. That could be considered perhaps a buy signal. That was certainly a sell signal. So we're in no man's land at the moment. We're kind of trickling down against Bitcoin, which is fine. It gives us more opportunity to buy it cheap, buy it low. Now I can't give you a price target on this one. There's no price target, but for me to start pouring my money into it, I am expecting at least something along the lines of between a 20 to a 50x, and that sounds ridiculous. That's crazy, but it's absolutely possible, and that is where I see this kind of ending up. Maybe even in around 13-14 months time at the end of the bull run. It all depends on, like I say, the fundamental basis of this. It all depends on how well it's adopted, and if it begins to be adopted by large corporations as well as governments, then basically the sky is the absolute limit. So I mean, like I say, this chart now just shows us that it's not going to happen unless something one of those stocks and shares business type deals takes place. Fundamentally, that will make it launch. Other than that, in the absence of that, it's going to trickle down, and that's okay with me, because it allows me to buy more, and I'll just sit and wait like the patient guys on my Telegram chat. And that's that. So I'm going to leave it with you there. A real sort of, I suppose, boring video, and because I'm not going to give you I can't give you a call right now. I can't say that this is going to happen right now. All I can say is that it's likely to continue to go down, but that's good. But don't hold out for the lowest price. Accumulation takes place at a variety of prices. That's something that we should have learned from XRP recently. Accumulation, and I said it before, accumulation with XRP, when it came into the accumulation zone, the accumulation can take months, multiple months, and the price can fluctuate, within a 70% range. But it's still the accumulation. So by the end of that accumulation zone, when that's finished, that's the flaw. That you could have bought XRP at 10 cent, you could have bought it at 30 cent. It doesn't matter where you could have bought it at. Look at it today. And that was what I was saying in my videos in the past, over the last couple of months. That's what I've been saying. I'm saying this is your accumulation zone. Don't try and catch it at the absolute bottom. Don't try and get clever or cute or smart. It's an accumulation zone. Just buy it here, because shortly, later on, you'll be very grateful that you did. And that's the way I see this token. I say this area is accumulation zone, all of it. It's fine. Just put whatever it is that you want to put into it. I mean, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not saying put anything into it, but for me, it's all accumulation down at this zone. And one day the accumulation zone will end, and for this one, it's going to end, and it's going to be absolutely incredible. It's going to be massive. All right. But so there's no time limit on this one. I can't give you a time. This isn't a call. It's a strategy, and it's one that I believe in. So I'm going to leave it with you there, and thank you for watching, and take it easy.